extreme part of the world called the Arctic. Very, very cold up in the Arctic. Beluga whales are not alone. They live up in the Arctic with a lot of other different animals. Arctic fox, Arctic hare, seals, sea lions, narwhals, and human beings. We live up in the Arctic as well. Now, beluga whales have become very, very well adapted to living in their Arctic environment because of the appendages that they have on the side of their body. You'll notice, if you look at a beluga whale, it has very, very small pectoral flippers and very, very small tail flukes. And these particular parts of their body are smaller to help reduce heat loss. In relation to other cetacean species that you might see, beluga whales' appendages are very, very small. If you were to see, say, a gray whale or a blue whale, their tails are massive and they help them swim. Now, don't let the fact that these appendages are small fool you. These animals are very, very powerful, and beluga whales can swim up to 20, 30 kilometers per hour. So they are very, very good at working underneath the water. To insulate their body, they have quite a huge store of fat or blubber that surrounds their internal organs. And this blubber actually makes up about 40% of their body's fat stores. If everyone gives me a thumbs up, not because I'm awesome, I'm going somewhere with this, and take a pinky finger, stick it down, place it up against your body. That is the additional amount of blubber that you would need to have surrounding your body if you were in fact a beluga whale, about the equivalent of wrapping a mattress around your body to keep yourself warm. Now, this blubber isn't just good for keeping beluga whales warm, it also serves many other purposes. There is a population of human beings that has been living in the Arctic for over 5,000 years, and that is the Inuit population. And they have actually learned that beluga whale blubber is a fantastic resource for getting their nutritional value, their vitamins and minerals. Now, for you or I, we can go to a grocery store, get fresh fruits and veggies, get all the essential nutrients that we need. But if you're living up in the Arctic, especially 5,000 years ago, you don't get a truck bringing fresh fruits and veggies up there very often. So you look for other food sources, and beluga whales make a very good food source for Inuit peoples. That blubber contains everything that they need to survive, but they don't just eat the blubber. Every part of a beluga whale can actually be used as a resource, including bones that can be shaped into tools, and the skin can even be woven into shoelaces. Now, there is another part of the world where beluga whales are remarkably important for economic value. Anybody here today from central Canada? I'm talking Ontario or Quebec. Not very many, but a few. If you're from Ontario, hello. If you're from Quebec, bonjour. The beluga whale is important to you as well for economic value, but not used as a raw resource. The beluga whale is actually part of ecotourism. There is a population, about 1,000 strong, living in the St. Lawrence River. And you can actually go on whale watching adventures and see these fantastic animals. Now, you're not typically going to see some of the larger behaviors that you're seeing here, although you can. What you're most likely going to see is the back of a beluga whale. And if you look towards the center of the exhibit, you can see Nikki and Keela, and they're showing Keela's dorsal ridge. The beluga whale has a noticeably absent dorsal fin. If you were to look at a dolphin or another species of whale that might have a prominent large fin, you'll notice that it's distinctly absent. Instead, the beluga whale has this dorsal ridge. Each dorsal ridge is very, very unique and different and individual. If you look at Aurora's, you can see it has some markings on it. It's quite long, it has different coloration than Keela's, which has very few of those distinctive markings and is actually kind of a lighter gray coloration. So scientists actually use this dorsal ridge to identify individuals while doing research. The beluga whales that live in the St. Lawrence River are also plagued by some very harsh conditions that are created by humans. What is something that humans produce that starts with the letter P? Pollution, absolutely. Beluga whales deal with a lot of pollution in the St. Lawrence River, and believe it or not, sad as this may sound, if a beluga whale were to pass away in the St. Lawrence and wash up on the shore, its body is considered to be biohazardous waste because their blubber actually absorbs all of those chemicals and toxins that are living within that environment. Another kind of pollution that also exists in the St. Lawrence is called noise pollution. That is also created by us, and that hinders these beluga whales from being able to communicate and echolocate through their environment. Early Arctic explorers had nicknamed beluga whales the canaries of the sea for the vast arrangements of sounds that they're able to produce. And if we listen carefully right now, we might get a sampling of a few of these sounds. All right, even with an airplane overhead, we can still hear a lot of these sounds. Let's give these whales a round of applause. All right. So the beluga whales do need to make these sounds, and in the St. Lawrence River, it's very, very difficult because of that noise pollution itself. Now let's move back to the Vancouver Aquarium. We've talked about the Arctic where they live, we've talked about the St. Lawrence where they live, but here, beluga whales have also been very, very important. The Vancouver Aquarium